Afnan's Turathi Electric. This fragrance has definitely been making its rounds in the fragrance community, and after wearing it for a little over a week now, I think I'm finally ready to give my full review. Before we get started, please do not forget to drop a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Those things do so much to help this channel grow. First things first, let's take a look at the packaging on Turathi Electric. You have this really nice iridescent looking box. I mean, this is absolutely amazing. I hope it's showing up on camera just as beautiful as it looks in person. And it's kind of that coffette style where it opens like this and the fragrance rests inside just like that. Honestly, it's just about the same as the Turathi Blue presentation. The only difference is this one comes in this kind of a light blue iridescent design. When you get it, the fragrance will be 3 ounces or 90 milliliters, and it is an eau de parfum. As far as the bottle design goes, it continues that iridescent look. Almost reminds me kind of like that shimmer that you get from an oil spill, but in the most beautiful way possible. The cap does fit very snugly in place, so I do believe this is one that you could pick up from the cap if you needed to. Now, something that I've noticed, even though the presentation when it comes to the design of the bottle seems almost identical between Turathi Electric and Turathi Blue, there is a slight difference, and that difference comes in the base. For whatever reason, my Turathi Blue loves to teeter and totter until it just falls right flat over, and honestly, I'm just so thankful that the bottle itself has not cracked. But for whatever reason, even though they look the same to my eye, this one does not do that wobble like the other one does. So they seem to have fixed whatever issue there was with the original design, and they've given us a slightly more stable platform with the bottle design of Turathi Electric. I'm gonna go ahead and do a couple sprays right here on my hand just to remind myself of what the fragrance smells like. While it's drying down, I'm gonna read off the main accords as well as the notes that you're gonna find inside the fragrance. For the top 3 main accords, we have citrus, fruity, and sweet. Our top notes include pear, mandarin orange, pink grapefruit, and bergamot. Our middle notes include orange blossom, apple, and cedarwood. And our base notes include musk, vanilla, and amber. Now, how does all that come together? What does it actually smell like to my nose? When you first spray it, I think it has a very fitting name. It does come across a bit electric. It is a very vibrant and energetic smell in that opening. You get a lot of those citruses from that mandarin orange and that bergamot, and then you get this really juicy, fruity sweetness from the pear note. Now, for me personally, I don't pick up a lot of that apple. It might be playing into that juiciness and that sweetness that I'm getting from the pear, but I don't distinctly pick up an apple note. There's also something about this one that comes across a bit, if I had to describe it as a texture, I would say fuzzy. It's almost smooth, but like in a velvety sort of way. I would think that that's probably attributed to whatever type of musk they used in this fragrance. The orange blossom, vanilla, and amber all kind of add to this overall smooth and slightly sweet nature of the fragrance. Overall, if I had to try to wrap up the scent in one neat bow, I would say it is a very fruity, slightly musky, and ambery woody scent. As far as when and where I could see this one being worn, I think this is an extremely versatile fragrance. And part of that is because there's a slight soapy nuance to it. So you take all that fruitiness, that sweetness, and you put it in a slightly clean and soapy package, and that makes this fragrance extremely versatile and extremely easy to wear. I found that throughout the couple weeks I've had it, it has been a go-to fragrance when I just don't really know what to wear and I just want to throw something on and almost guarantee that I'm going to smell good. I can easily reach for this one. It's suitable for work, it's suitable for casual wear. You could wear this on a date. I don't think it's necessarily the best gym fragrance because of that sweetness that it carries, but I have worn it to the gym on numerous occasions. If you were looking for an affordable alternative to Blue Talisman and you wanted something that was going to be extremely easy to wear and you could really almost make it like a daily driver, this might be one of the best ones on the market. Now, I know another really popular Blue Talisman clone on the market is from the house of Lattafa, and it is Art of Universe. I do also have that fragrance, and it has been one of my more worn fragrances for the past couple months. I will say there are some distinct differences between this one and the Art of Universe fragrance. One of the main things that I would say though is that this one is far more versatile and it is a lot easier to wear. It's not nearly as loud, it's not nearly as boisterous. I find this one to be much more subdued, a lot smoother and more well blended. And because of that, I feel like this is going to be a lot easier of a fragrance for people to reach for. If you'd like me to do a side-by-side comparison of the two fragrances, just drop a comment, let me know, and I will definitely get to work on that. As far as seasons, I do think this one is probably going to be best for spring and summer. It definitely leans on that fresher side of things because of that fruity and slightly soapy DNA. So probably not one that I'll be reaching for in the fall and winter, but for spring and summer, this one is going to get a lot of wear. As far as performance and longevity, this is one of those fragrances that, in my opinion, has a bit of a deceptive performance to it. I often find myself going anosmic to this one, and I will think that the fragrance is no longer there. I'll reapply it, only to find out that it is there, it is projecting, and I'm now drowning people out with the scent of Turathi Electric. This happened to me not too long ago where I went to go see a movie with one of my homeboys and thought that the fragrance was weak. I thought I could not smell it. And as soon as me and him got together, we dapped each other up, said what's up, and he told me I smelled amazing, but that he could not smell his fragrance anymore. So I say all that to say the performance on this one is stronger than you may think. So don't necessarily go crazy on the trigger just because you think you can't pick it up. Now, as far as longevity, it's not necessarily beast mode longevity. I'm getting around 6 to 8 hours, which is really good, but it's not, anything crazy. If I had to say on average, it's detectable up to that 6th hour, and then after that, it's definitely a skin scent. As far as pricing and availability, this is one that is becoming increasingly available. It's no longer popping up sold out everywhere. I was able to pick up this one for a really good price on Amazon, but I feel like the majority of places that I see it, it's selling for around that $40 to $50 mark. Thankfully, I was able to pay far less than that, but definitely shop around, make sure that you're getting the best deal available, and make sure that you're shopping from reputable sellers. As far as who I could see wearing it, there's something about that sweetness of the fragrance that does, in my opinion, make the fragrance lean a little bit youthful, but that does not mean that my grown folk out there cannot rock this one with confidence. I think it does smell very, very beautiful no matter who you are. Also, I do think this one leans a little closer to that line of unisex. I do think that a girl or a woman could pull off wearing this fragrance. There's nothing about it that is just screaming overtly masculine. So if you want something that maybe you can wear and potentially your girlfriend or your wife could also get down with wearing it as well, this may be the one to go with. I have got a few compliments on it as well. So for those of you out there who are very much into compliments and whether or not a fragrance can get you a compliment, this is definitely one that I think has some mass appeal to it. Overall, I am absolutely loving wearing this fragrance. It definitely is climbing up quickly into some of my most worn fragrances in my collection right now. And honestly, I don't really see that changing until the temperature begins to cool off and I start reaching for some of my cold weather fragrances. I think if you're looking for an affordable fragrance that can be worn for a variety of occasions, if you want something that's in that same vein as Blue Talisman or any of the other clones that are out there on the market, but does it in a very smooth, very high quality and slightly soapy way, this one is probably going to be one that you really do want to get your nose on. But that is going to be it for this full review of Turathi Electric from the house of Afnan. Drop a comment down below and let me know what your experience with the fragrance has been like. I'd love to get a conversation rolling in the comments below. As always, thank you for sticking around this long into the video. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It does so much to support this channel. And until next time, peace.